Okay, so we're going to talk about workouts for bulking and workouts for cutting. So first, let's preface it with this: there's no specific workouts for either goal. So to define bulking is eating in a surplus, more calories than your body needs, with the aim of actually building muscle, speeding up the metabolism. Cutting is what we talk about when we want to basically reduce body fat. So we eat less fat, less food, less calories than we burn. The next thing to point out is your goal should always be in both to maintain and build muscle. So that will keep the metabolism high and also keep you strong too. So when we think of this, a lot of the time people think about reducing body fat. They'll think, well, what we'll do is we'll go for a workout or a phase of a training program where we have lots of reps, high reps, 8 to 12 reps, and short rest periods. Because I think, well, if I'm obviously trying to cut my calories down, surely I want to burn as many calories as I possibly can through the workout. Let me tell you this: if you do that, you're going to be exhausted, because remember, when you are on low calories, you have to understand that means you literally have less energy. It makes it harder. So I typically will go in the reverse. I will instead go for low reps, heavier weight, longer rest periods if I'm in a calorie deficit, because here's the thing: I've got less energy. So at least this way I've got tons of rest periods, and when I have to go and perform, I've only got to perform for 1 to 4 reps. And remember, I structure my programs like that. So you have got parts of the program which are heavy weight, long rest periods, lower reps. They encourage lifting heavier because you've got longer rest periods and lower reps. And there's other parts of the program with supersetting, which is going to be 8 to 12 reps, short rest periods, and a superset, which is where you have 2 exercises tied together where there's no rest in between the 2 exercises. So yeah, that's how I structure it. Now, the other thing to remember is if you want to keep muscle and you suddenly want to drop your calories down, the best thing to do is to change the way you're training. So if you're training, for instance, low rep heavy weight, you want to move out of that into something that's going to be new and novel for your body, which will be higher rep, lower rest, because your body's not used to it. It's going to respond better to the muscle building signal, the anabolic signal. So that's something you've got to try to think about, guys, when you're actually training. So the novelty effect is huge. And the other thing is also, some people, it messes with their head. So if they go and they will have low reps, heavy weight in a calorie deficit, obviously it's natural to see your calories go down a bit in this period, because so your weight go down a bit because your calories are low. And that, especially if you're a young guy just started training, that can really screw with your mind. So obviously if that bothers you and it puts you off training or dieting or whatever you're doing, you got to take that into account, because that's the most important thing. But in honesty, that's the way I would lay it out if you are trying to reduce your food intake for whatever reason. You want to go, maybe you've been bulking for a long time and you're fed up of eating so much food, you want to go the other direction. Absolutely good idea, but remember that you got to have enough energy to go and do a workout, and then also to recover from the workout. That requires calories. So if I've gone and done a really large amount of volume with not much rest periods, I might feel destroyed, literally, because remember, the total volume is actually weight times reps times sets and everything. So I need food to recover, and if my food is limited, I'd be better off going a bit easier, having longer rest periods, maybe lifting a bit lighter. Okay, so that's food for thought. That's how I would lay it out. But remember, it's what you like, and sometimes you want to disrupt the calorie deficit every so often as well.